Hello and welcome to the short Vort on the long double parsha of Vayakhel-Pikudei. This week's Torah will be first based on Rav Pam from Sefer Birchas Avram al HaTorah, as it's presented and adapted from in messages from Rav Pam, and that's the newest Sefer based on his Divrei Torah. And the pasuk says in Vayakhel, Kol ish asher isha in Perek Lamed Hey pasuk Chaf Tes, every man and woman asher nadav libam osam lahavi lechol hamlacha, that they all were of generous spirit of their heart to give for the work asher siva Hashem lahasos, that Hashem commanded them to do. Biyad Moshe, in the hands of Moshe heviu b'nei Yisrael nadav al Hashem, the children of Israel brought the gift to offering to Hashem. So, Rav Pam says that this highlights, the charitability that we see of the Bnei Yisrael throughout, that they're very generous, from back at the time of Moshe Rabbeinu to today's age, where whether it's for the poor or the sick or different tzedakah organizations, the Jews are very generous in nature, which of course is a wonderful thing, and we expect no less. The Ksav Sofer says that in this pasuk, you see an interesting insight, and this is brought down in messages from Rav Pam. He says that, it's interesting. It says at the beginning, Asher nadav libam, and then it says, Haviu b'nei Yisrael nadav al Hashem, that they brought nadava to Hashem, but they already said nadiv libam. So what's it telling us? So he says this is really talking about the second time. He's talking about actual b'nei Yisrael, not the generic people, not the ish v'isha that's mentioned at the beginning, but their children. Because these people showed how they acted by being generous with the tzedakah, their children also became more generous to give tzedakah, and that's what's talking about in the second part of the pasuk. So it shows us the lesson of Chinuch is not about being bossing and saying this is what you have to do, but it's showing by example and teaching by example how to act, and that's an excellent way to raise children. Now, continuing with the Ksav Sofer, we move to Parshas PIkiudei. And there we have the counting that Moshe Rabbeinu gave of all the donations of zahav, gold, and Ksav silver, and nechoshes copper. And it says Asher Pukad Moshe, that Moshe that he tracked. So the Midrash says that the people he gave an accounting because the people were choshed, they were choshnasom vakshin cheshbo mimeno, that they were concerned about Moshe Rabbeinu's trustworthy, which is very surprising, and they wanted an accounting from him. So the Kli Yakar says that you can look in closer, you'll see that by the gold, the zahav, there was no accounting. It was only by the Ksav and the nechoshes, by the silver and copper. So the Ksav Sofer explains on this that in reality, the Bnei Yisrael were not doubting Moshe Rabbeinu Chas v'Shalom. They fully trusted him. They even trusted B'Tzalel and Eliyav, and they were the ones who did the gold. So since they trusted B'Tzalel and Eliyav, they didn't need a cheshbon, an accounting of everything for those. But because they didn't know the other people, they didn't trust the other people who Moshe Rabbeinu did appoint, so therefore, they had to give an accounting for the gold and the silver. But it wasn't that they were choshed or had any doubts about Moshe Rabbeinu. It's just that they wanted an accounting from the people that they weren't so familiar with. So we see from here again, we see that by living by an example, you teach your children the proper chinuch, and they will hopefully react properly. And Moshe Rabbeinu was going to the extra level of making sure that there was not even a chshad, any concern, v'hayisam li nikiyam lefnei Elokim, or pasuk like that, that you should be ubenei ha'am, that you should be clean not just in the eyes of Hashem, but also in the eyes of the people. Make sure, especially if the greater you are, Talmid Chacham, or you're professing or showing yourself to be a religious Jew, then make sure that people don't even have a suffix about what you do. Stay clear of any casting any doubt. So thank you for listening. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful Shabbos.